Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sansad TV, streaming from Sikkim's capital, Gangtok. And joining us is a very special guest, Chairman of CPA, that is Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, India Region Zone 3, and Speaker of Arunachal Pradesh Assembly, Mr. Pasang Sona. So welcome to Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us. The CPA, the 19th conference that we are having in Sikkim. Take us through the importance of CPA and how effective these deliberations have been.
See, like you said, it's the 19th CPA conference, and it all started as a Northeast Regional Commonwealth Parliamentary Association and renamed Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Zone 3, 3 years back. But it's the same essence of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. So we have traveled a long way. And being from the northeastern state, and all the members of the Zone 3 are from the northeast state. We have like 8 states. So like I always say that we share certain common issues, which needs to be addressed. So we are using this platform, to address certain issues which is being faced by the northeastern region. And we try to, bring up the topics, which needs to be, talked about, which needs to be heard about, and try to, bring it in a form of resolution or maybe in a form of document, which can help later, for drafting a policy or enacting a law. Things makes easy for the lawmakers and the people at the policy making level, to kind of extract some of the things which we had the deliberation in the plenary session of all these CPA conferences. So what we have seen, these things have been, working out to be very, very fruitful and, handy for people who want to have an insight about the Northeast also.
Sir, one particular statement that I always remember that you've said, that one size does not fit all. There are problems peculiar to the Northeast.
Right.
So in such deliberations, how do you plan or how do you find the way ahead?
See, that's why it's now this time if you see, we have called a few members from outside the Zone 3.
Yes.
You've seen the speaker from Himachal, Uttarakhand, and from Punjab. For that matter, a few more were supposed to come, but last minute they dropped out due to their some personal, pre-engagement or something. So what happens, whatever we discuss among ourselves, sometimes it remains within ourselves. So if we try to involve people from outside, they will also understand the problems which the Northeast region is facing, and at certain point of time, maybe their, knowledge about the region might help us. So, and I'm, quite thankful to Honorable Speaker Om Birla ji, for kind of guiding us to call the speakers from other state, which is not within the Zone 3. So, and like I said, like the Honorable Speaker, Lok Sabha is attending the inaugural and valedictory, and through and out Deputy Chairman Shri Harivansh ji, who is a very knowledgeable person, sits there and listens to all the deliberation. I think this is going to help. And what I could gather, then after he had attended a few of our conferences, and he's been very vocal,
right,
at different platforms about the Northeast and the problems the Northeastern region faces. So I think bit by pieces it's going to help us a lot.
So absolutely. Let's talk about the themes. 3 very important themes: public engagement with legislatures, making it more accessible, tackling cyberbullying and drug abuse.
Right.
So why these 3 themes?
See, what I have seen over the time that we're talking about, issues regarding the drug menace and the cyberbullying, and for that matter, the accessibility for the common masses and the public, to the legislative process and all this. So we thought, this issue needs to be addressed because we all know there's a problem. But never ever had happened that we had discussed such things at this kind of platform.
That's true.
So drug has been a big menace for not only for the northeastern state but as a country, entire country as a whole. So we thought that since we have this lot of porous border from where the drug, peddlers, and the big drug consignment comes in, so government has experimented at various levels, how to tackle this menace. But somehow we have not been able to achieve the desired, target still the problem persists. So we want to know what is the actual problem. So during the deliberation, we have come to know a lot of people have come up with different suggestions. Some has talked about, stringent law. Law is already there.
That's true.
And some say, stop the supply chain. That also has been tried. So what we need to understand, it's not about stopping the supply chain or bringing in a stringent law, but, trying to sensitize the family, the person who's involved in, drug abuse. Then only I think we can, think of breaking the whole system of this menace, because the one who is consuming, he needs to be properly, sensitized about the ill effect, how it's going to affect you, or not only you, your family and your society, and where they will lead us. So that's what we thought, not only one, what do you call that, precision target. It should be in a very, cohesive way. We need to, tackle this situation. So that was one of the reasons. So we tried to understand from the members with different suggestions so that we can disseminate the information to the different people who are on the policy making level and enacting the law, to kind of give a better result out of the whole deliberation.
And making legislatures more accessible to public.
So yeah, that's what we like I said in my speech also. Over the time we have seen, it has been like a fort. We have fortified the legislative system and the parliamentary system. We don't have much. The common people doesn't have much access to the thing. And now that there's a live telecast and on social media platforms and through satellite channels like your Lok Sabha TV is there, you telecast the debates and all. But apart from there, at the backdrop, there are a lot of things happening, which our people need to understand. When we talk about accessibility, it's not about, trying to get access to the debates which is happening in the House. It's about how at the backdrop, the things work. And like we said, we need to engage the university, college and school students, try to give them access to the, premises and try to make them understand the entire working process of the legislation and how does the entire thing and what are the, work put behind this. Because today or tomorrow, they will be, taking our place, So we keep them, prepared, the moment they come and take the responsibility. And it's not that it always happens so that the person comes in and then he learns the thing. Before he comes in, he should know. So that is the reason what we said. And we need to do a lot of outreach programs, not only, bringing people to the assembly, but taking the assembly and parliament to the people, they understand, because not everyone can come to the assembly or parliament and have a first-hand experience. But we can go to the people through outreach programs. Absolutely. That was one of the reasons we thought, we need to discuss and understand.
Sir, before we end this conversation, a very important thing that Honorable Lok Sabha Speaker said yesterday, that in Northeast there are few assemblies where adjournments are just not witnessed. Do you think this this model can be replicated across the country and with dialogue with both sides, opposition and the Treasury?
See, like Honorable Speaker has said, what he has said is like very true. And when we talk about Arunachal, even during my time also, I've never seen a disruption. As an MLA, it's my third tenure, and as a speaker, this is my the tenure as a speaker. I've never seen a disruption, and I've been always vocal about, this, that, even the opposition, they are very, very positively, participating. They even one member speaks, the other will not disrupt, So this is never heard and never seen in most of the northeastern states. Maybe Assam has a little bit of chaos, little bit of thing, but by and large, northeastern state, has been the assemblies in northeastern state has been very, very disciplined, and the members have been very, very actively participating in a very positive way. And obviously, we need to replicate in other states and the parliament. That's what we always talk about in all the PIO conferences and the CPA conferences about the disruptions coming into the well, because this is not only giving a bad name to the parliament or the state. It's about wasting the time. Where people have entrusted us to do some work, to discuss some important issues relating to the development or enacting a law for the better benefit of the people. So obviously we only can hope that, all the state emulates what we Northeastern assemblies are doing, and for that matter, even the Parliament of India.
Absolutely. With that hope, thank you so much for talking to us.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. With camera persons Ratul and Sangmitra and camera assistant Dhananjay, I'm Kriti Mishra for Sansad Television.